Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the preacher. Okay. Okay, well, this video, I keep hearing, um, throughout social media about how lazy Americans are and how when these immigrants are gone, who's going to do the work and all that kind of stuff. Okay. I disagree. I disagree that we Americans are just so lazy and refuse to work. I disagree. Completely disagree with that. We Americans have a strong sense of pride. We have a strong sense of pride. Why wouldn't we? Even on our hardest day, we have pride to be American. We're proud to be able to work and provide for ourselves. We take pride in it. The only problem we have as working people in this country is how we're treated. We're overtaxed, not paid enough. You know, the conditions are horrible. And not only that, but let's talk about these jobs in the farms, okay? Who owned them? Who owned them? Now, I don't know about today, but there was a time the majority of the jobs and farms here were owned by Americans. Owned by Americans. Now, today, I believe the majority of businesses and farms are still owned by America. I mean, I haven't researched it and looked at the statistics. I'm just going to just go by my instinct at the moment. Let's just say more Americans own businesses and farms where other people can be employed for work, you know, than foreigners do. Yes, there are a lot of foreigners that own businesses here and farmland here. I don't know how they're able to do it, but they are able to do it. Our government allowed them to. Now, with that being said, when you have foreign business owners um, here and foreigners owning land here, well, yeah, they're going to bring in their people from other places to work it if we let them. Instead of hiring foundational Americans, when these foreign companies come here, they're bringing their people. But how does that make us lazy? How does that make us, it gives us a bad reputation? I come from a family of workers, period. And most people in my world have been workers. Now, of course, each family, each community have its people that cannot work. Of course. But that by no means are the majority of Americans. The majority of Americans are not disabled. The majority of Americans are not lazy. It's just that we allow too much foreign business to take over what we should be doing. If we would stop allowing so many jobs to be contracted out to foreigners and make sure that way more Americans have work. I mean, like, why not make sure every citizen here work first, but do it fair, pay the right way, don't overtax, stuff like that. There has to be a way. There has to be. If there's a way for things to be this bad, then there is definitely a way for things to be much better. So I don't buy that whole, Americans don't want to work. We gotta have immigrants here. No, the hell we don't. No, we don't. And we won't know this for sure until the coast is clear. Now, I'm not saying what's going on in this world right now, in America right now, as far as, how ICE is processing the illegal immigrants and all that. I'm not addressing that. I'm saying that I believe that Americans right here can do whatever job is on this soil. There's not one thing that is going on in America that we, the people, cannot handle. We, the people, can handle whatever office, job, farmland here. We can do it. I know we can. I'm not saying that we don't have any use for international business. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But they should never come before us. Never, ever, ever. Taxpaying Americans should never take a back seat to anybody from any other country ever. Why? There's just no need for it. If it's something going on in some other country that is just so superior and great to the point that there's no one in America that can do it, well, then maybe we don't need that. You know what I mean? If it's going on in some other country, and if it's not a need for it here, and we didn't think of it here, and we didn't do it here, and all that, well, maybe we don't need it. I'm just saying. So I disagree. I have a PhD, and I will go clean toilets. I have I have cleaned toilets with a PhD. I have done construction work with a PhD. I have done home improvement work, ripping off floors and doing roofs in my 50s. I'm 55. Just a few years ago, I was dating someone who, has owned their own church and home improvement business for over 30 some years. He in his 60s on top of roofs. I'm in my 50s on the roof with him. So can't nobody tell me that we don't work and work hard for our own self. You know what I mean? It's all about the opportunity. Yeah, people coming here for our opportunities. How is that fair to us? And don't tell me, oh, it's because y'all won't do it. Oh, please. If I own a business, you don't think I'm going to work my business and then hire other people to, help the business grow? Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I? I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. We won't do what they do when they say do it. When they jump, they want us to say how high. And if not, then they're the ones, the government. I'm just going to say the government, whether it's Republicans, Democrat, or anywhere in between. They're the ones that regulate our farming. They're the ones that dictate what we can farm, how much, And they can even, I've even heard a farmer say they were paid not to even produce anything. You're being paid not to farm your land? What? That's because they're paying somebody else, probably from some other country who bought some land and they want to, let them farm their land. So I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. And I have raised my kids to be workers, to be educated and work. Educated and work. And in my family, we're not too good for anything. In my family, we are business owners, engineers, you know, we're different stuff here. And we also will clean toilets and we'll go pick some oranges and we'll do what we gotta do. Because we like having homes, we like having cars, we like having schools, we like having the convenience of life. In order to have this convenience of life, we do what we gotta do. And I believe whoever's listening to my voice right now is the same way. So I'm done with America having a bad reputation. It's time for us to stand up for our own self, stand up for our reputation. You know, we ain't got to just take it laying down. I know that I come on here and I share a lot of dirty laundry concerning my second marriage. But I'm so thankful that that marriage put me through what it put me through because to this day, it helps me see what's going on the bigger scale of life. What I went through in my marriage, we're going through as Americans with our government right now on a larger scale. You know, America is not committed to its first wife. America is trying to act like its first wife, we the people, the citizens, ain't shit. And they always putting some foreign person in our face, basically cheating on us and throwing money away all over the world. Other women, strange ones. It really pisses me off. The possibility that we're sending millions of dollars overseas for crazy stuff. Again, treating the other woman better than us. America, we are the first wife. American citizens, we're the first wife. And we have rights and benefits. And it is not fair for our government to be cheating on us, robbing us, and trying to give other women, countries, our money. Or bringing these women, countries here and just, screwing them in our face. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the heck? So, anyway, those were my thoughts. This is not a long video. I've just been, listening to different things and I'm like, hold up. I mean, almost everybody I know is a hard worker. Of course, there's always going to be those who are not. Of course, that's just life. But it is not the majority. It's not. It is not the majority. And if it is the majority, I don't believe it's our fault. It's almost like how, like the federal government workers, if they've been at home working remotely for the past 5 years, and Biden even sent out a couple of letters trying to get these people to come back in the office, come back to the office. How can you tell your employer no? Since when it's okay to tell your employer no? I'm going to keep doing what I want to do and don't expect to get fired. Huh? I don't care what nobody say. I did a good job in my marriages and I still got left with other women. You can do an excellent job and still get fired. We Americans, we ain't been that bad. We ain't been no badder than what the law allows. Boom. How about that? We, just like any other quote unquote children in the home, so to speak, you let them get away with an inch, they're going to go a mile. So these people been sitting at home for 5 years. I'm not saying they have done no work, but come on. How much work is there to do from home the past 5 years when your job normally have you at the office? And I've seen videos of people who said that they're federal workers, and they said they didn't even take the offer. They kept going in. All during COVID and over the past 5 years, they took their butts to the office. So there's no excuse for the majority of those people to have stayed at home even when Biden, Trump, like, look at it from work and you told the kids to clean up and you get home and they sitting down watching TV and nothing's done. You walk in their house and you say, "Oh, get up right now." And you get in there and you do what I told you to do. You wash them dishes, you vacuum that floor and you do the laundry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, these people, if they don't want to go back to the office and do their job, then just like any other employer out here in the world, you're gonna get fired. Period. If these people really care about their jobs and the programs that they oversee, then they need to get their butts in the office. And if they get to the and if they don't take the buyout, if you take the buyout, fine, then you're free. You're free. But if you take the buyout, I mean, if you go back to the office, go back, be serious, do your job, have the right attitude. And if you don't, you still gonna be fired with nothing. That's just how it works. Whether fair or not, that's just how it go. And it's not just the federal government. It's almost any job out here. Almost any job out here in America. If they tell you to do something and you don't do it, you're probably gonna get fired. Hello. And I think it's generous to give them an option. Take the buyout or stay. But if you stay, you better have the right attitude. Or your butt's still gonna be out there with nothing. So it's a tough thing, but it's life. Life here in America. And so again, I believe we have more people who are willing to work than not. And as far as the federal employees, the main point I was trying to make in bringing them up is that if you've let people sit around for 5 years, do you know how hard, and you pay them the same pay, and now you want them to change their behavior that drastic? Ooh, that is hard to do. It is hard to do. They're probably better off going to another job, especially if they don't even like their boss. If they don't like the boss, President Trump, then it is best that they leave because he's going to be here 4 years doing all kind of stuff all up in their business. So if you can't take the heat, then you need to just let it go. And there's so many more Americans out here who'll be willing to take those jobs. We're out here in large, large numbers. We don't need the competition of immigrants, you know, when we're here. We are here. Real Americans that's been here foundationally. Our bloodline is from this country. Our bloodline originated here. I'm speaking like natives. And then the natives you know, that were breeding with the Africans that were brought here as slaves, then, we're the people that are called black, you know. I'm one of them. I'm one of those natives who's been mixed all up, and I'm called black. But I've been here a long time. You can trace my people all the way back. So wow, I'm not taking it laying down like that. I'm not. I'm speaking up, speaking out, and I don't appreciate being talked down to, and I don't appreciate being cheated on, and people being flaunting all in my face with my gifts. you know, that's just how I feel. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Nothing new. You know, so but that's where I'm at right now on that topic. I don't believe that we are anywhere as lazy as they claim. And if you let people get away with 5 years of, you know, pretty much full pay and benefits and all this stuff, and then you're going to turn around and, you know, be forceful and make them change their behavior, you know, with not enough incentives and stuff. I mean, there's some cruelty to that. But at the same time, hell, I mean, if you're hungry enough and you got enough bills to pay, get your ass back in the office. you know, get in the office. Continue to get your paycheck. Do whatever you did before 2020. And yes, I have been down south over the past, since about 2012. I've been going down south every year for a few months since 2012. Just living, like I live in Michigan, but I'm a snowbird, I guess you could say. And yeah, I've been down south and I see people working on farms, and it's not just immigrants. I see black people working on farms too. It's not just immigrants. No. I've seen black people in the small towns that I've been in. Well, I've been in Atlanta, I've been in small towns in Florida, and I've even seen black people. I've even dropped people off, to the where the cows are, like the bulls and cows and stuff. I've had to drop people off at the bull cow farm. I guess that's what you call it. I'm a city girl, so I guess you call them like cow and bull farms and stuff. I've dropped people off at work. So it's not that black people won't even do these jobs. That's not even true. If they want to eat, pay their bills, they're going to get out there and work. You just got to be consistent, pay them fair, you know, treat people with respect. People be wanting, um, like the farmers and employers out there, business owners, you know, they hire you, but then they want to treat you like crap. Okay. Now I understand that, working with people is difficult. Working with other people is difficult. But you got to know that when you start your business. When you start your business, just know that people are difficult. If you have the kind of business where you don't want to pay people and give them respect, then maybe you don't need to be a business owner, the kind that need to employ people. I'm just saying. But to be a business owner, farm owner, you know, in this country and talk about the people that are here and put us down just so you can get cheaper labor somewhere else. Come on now. Really? All husbands do that. What husband don't do that? What husband don't get tired of his first wife and want to upgrade? Like, that's so old. So, okay, guys, I'm just saying, just talking my mess. All right. Click like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I thank you so much for being supportive and listening to me. I appreciate it. And let's see here. Yes, share my videos. I have over 5,000 videos on here. Just keep on watching my videos. If you want to leave a love offering, I'm not monetized anywhere on social media. So I have a PayPal, and my PayPal is Dr. Leisha the Preacher, just like my channel says. All right, you all be blessed. This is just food for thought. Bye.